Welcome to Help 100 Schools. Today's episode features a wonderful school as part of our Elevation initiative, designed to highlight and support worthy schools like the one you're about to meet. If you wish to learn more, support, or subscribe, please visit help100schools.com for additional information. Now let's move on to today's featured school. Aviva, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So happy to have you here and to be able to feature you. For the good of our listeners, would you please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. And thank you so much for all the work that you're doing for us and all of the small schools out there. It's such great work, and we're so appreciative of everything you've been doing with us. I'm Aviva Walls. I am the head of school of Gesher Jewish Day School, and we're in Fairfax, Virginia, which is about 45 minutes outside DC.
Jumping right in, why do families choose your school for their students?
They want to be a part of a small, meaningful, thoughtful community, and they want their children to have a really strong Jewish identity, and we're able to provide both. We're a small school. We've got 150 students, pre-K through 8, and so we know every single kid. I know every kid's name. I know every family, and being able to be a part of that sort of small community is so incredibly helpful, particularly when you're building a family and, when you are a young family and needing more help, our families see each other as being able to be there for one another. So that's the community aspect and the tradition and roots are two huge reasons why people choose Gesher.
Excellent. What's the captivating story behind Gesher?
Oh, this is one of my favorites. So it's actually about our name. Gesher means bridge in Hebrew. And we were founded in the early 80s. And the founders had decided that people shouldn't have to go over a bridge to get to Jewish education. They shouldn't have to go to Maryland over the bridge to be able to have access to this sort of traditional education for their children. And so they built a Jewish day school in Northern Virginia. And we've really taken that metaphor maybe to its outer limits. There are bridges everywhere in our school. We have a bridging ceremony from one grade to the next. But we really see ourselves as a bridge from one generation to the next generation. And so Gesher, while our name and started from very logistical things, has really become a metaphor for the whole school community. And it's part of our school identity.
Very clever. What unique aspects of your school should the world know about?
So I think the first is that we're a very grassroots place. When we started, our families were involved in every little thing, from building bookshelves and painting to helping to develop the curriculum. And while we've professionalized our operations and we do things in a much more systematic way, we've maintained that homey feeling that we're part of a family. In fact, we call ourselves Mishpachat Gesher, which means the Gesher family. The reach of our community is pretty big. We pull students from all over Northern Virginia. So students can be 30, 40 minutes away or as close as 7 minutes away from school. So really, and they have the diversity of lots of different types of communities across Northern Virginia, and bringing in Jewish students, Jewish children from all over the area to be in one central location. I think the other big thing is our location itself. We have 28 acres of land, and our students really utilize that land. Everyone from our Gan Katan, which is our 4-year-old program, they go on a hike almost every day through the woods. There's lots of different trails. They learn lots of different things, and they make friends with frogs, and they tell me about their adventures. They're very excited to bring a stick back into school. They really get to know nature. All the way up into our middle school, we have a vernal pond. And so students get to do experiments and learn about our environment and the environment of Northern Virginia through our land itself. So a deep commitment to the land. And then because of our location, a real deep commitment to our country. We have many families and even some faculty families that are part of the Foreign Service, the military, who have a deep commitment to our country. And we see as one of our missions is serving the families that serve our country. So a commitment to patriotism. And we talk about being purple. It's our school color. You'll see it a lot in my office. but we also really believe that we are purple. We are neither red nor blue, but deeply purple. So we span a political spectrum as well of families and are really committed and proud of that. And I think finally, because of our Jewish identity, we have a deep commitment and love of the state of Israel. So those also can be found in lots of different ways through our curricula. Our capstone experience is an 8th grade trip to Israel, which I actually got to chaperone myself this past year.
Outstanding. And it's what an amazing time in history to have a bridge to Israel, really.
Yes. Yeah. I think last year in particular was really nice for not only our kids, but our parents to know that they could breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that they didn't have to be scared of what they felt or their commitment to our ancient ancestral homeland, that was part of who we were. It made our community even stronger.
Excellent. What is your school's mission and vision?
So our mission is to provide a rigorous education rooted in Jewish values that also prepares students to lead meaningful Jewish lives. We want them to think creatively and critically in a pluralistic Jewish environment. There are lots of different ways to be Jewish, and we want to embrace them all. Actually wrote their own legislation. So the 8th graders each spent time writing, like, I think the one I saw was like 5 or 6 pages of a bill that they wrote to propose to Congress. Again, not something that you see in every school, but it's deeply a part of who we are.
Tremendous. I love the confidence that must instill to be able to show firsthand how they can create an impact. Absolutely.
Yes. We also really think about our state politics. So our 6th and 7th graders went and visited Richmond, Virginia this year, where they visited the state legislature and toured the Capitol. And then they also learned about the state's history, including parts of the state history that we might not love. They visited some of the slave trail, so understanding the role of Virginia had in the slave trade, but also learn about the amazing things about our history and all the things that we are really proud of as Virginians. That notion of nuance and critical thinking starts from a pretty early age.
Perfect. How the audience can get closer to you all, what would be the next step if they're interested in learning more, to inquire?
And if people want to get us a hold of us, I think the best way is either social media or our website. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and our website is www.gesher-jds.org, or you can Google us, Gesher, Northern Virginia, where we would love to welcome you. I think the best way to get to know us is to come visit us, but to get started, our website is a really good place to start. Perfect.
They need to come explore those 28 acres in Fairfax.
Exactly.
I'm not sure not all listeners realize how huge that is.
It is. It's pretty incredible to see. So we have fields upon fields and trails, and it's very cool to see. Yeah.
Outstanding. Well, Aviva, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Help 100 Schools. If today's feature struck a chord with you, we encourage you to share it. Your action can bridge the gap between deserving schools and families looking for a place where their children can thrive. Want to dive deeper or help more? Visit help100schools.com. Your engagement is the fuel that drives our mission forward, helping us to reach and support more schools. So remember to subscribe to our show. This way you'll never miss the stories that could inspire, move, or motivate us all to contribute to a better educational future. Together, let's light up the path for education, one school at a time. We're grateful for you and your support and for spreading the word. Stay tuned for more stories that will make a difference. Until next time, continue to be the change in education. Farewell for now.